hub on there so that, hi, everyone, so that you can see my smiling face when I sing, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving you, the McDonald's app, and you should use it too. You would really like it if you got your food right delivered to you with the DoorDash too. You could probably use the app for that too. You like all that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Going back to that little liner, I am the boss of you. So just, like
You're
it.
not the boss of me.
Just like it. Just like it. Use the app for McDonald's. I'm telling you, it's
Do you
such a great
prefer
thing.
his song or mine? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
Mine.
Okay. Vote
It's
now.
not even a contest. Hello. Yes.
Hello.
Visit your local McDonald's in Remington, DeMott, and 2 great locations in Rensselaer. Our poll question today up on the Chewyville Facebook page asking you, do you have any interest in finding out more about your ancestry? Like going back in time, find out more about where you came from. Using one of those like Ancestry.com things or 23andMe or I think those are the only two that there's only 2 that I know of, as far as I'm concerned. So we're on video, right?
I do, and I'm just gonna say coffee tastes so much better on Fridays.
All right. Well, good.
And Mondays.
Yeah.
And Tuesdays. And I was just like, okay, Mondays I really need it. And right now I'm
40% of you say yes, you would like to find out more. 60% say not really. I'm good.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm blown away by that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think most people are just like, this is who I am. I'm me. Like,
right,
I
but
think it's different.
There's so much cool stuff in there. Like here's another one for you because I went into the whole adoption thing, right? So I was adopted by a Jewish family and had to be converted.
Right.
Okay. So now I'm a convert to the Jewish faith. Right.
Okay.
Fast forward, the rabbis called my conversion into question. Because, and we can get on to this, but it a whole nother day. But because one of the rabbis who was a witness to my conversion ate Fritos, which is not kosher.
Can't do that.
Can't do that.
No
so now apparently I'm not Jewish and I need to be reconverted. So I was all sorts of upset, which is the clean way to describe it.
Okay.
But it was an identity crisis and no one seemed to care. Like, okay, you just told a person who chose to become, to be in your faith that they're not in your faith officially and God lost sight of them. Anyway. Okay. There was a point to this story.
There was. It was with Oppenheimer.
No. That's obnoxious. That's so mean. I'm not coming back. I quit. That's all. You don't have to fire me. Reason number 238 to fire me? Forget it. How's this one? But here, let me just tell you what the thing. Okay. Here it is. The point is then I did 23andMe and it says that I'm 8% Ashkenazi Jew.
Okay.
So I'm of European Jewish descent on my mother's side. Guess what? I'm not a convert then.
So then you were there right from the beginning.
Correct. There you go. But little caveat, very important caveat. I would never have known the Lord. I'd never have met Christ personally, accepted him in my life had that not happened, because I was like, wait a minute. I'm supposed to love a God that now kind of lost me, but didn't lose, 500,000 Jews in the desert. I don't get it. So that made me literally stop what I was doing in seminary, put the brakes on for a minute and go and learn. I was sitting with gurus. I was sitting with yogis. I was on the learn path for the next 15 years. So it all works out in the end, but no pain, no gain,
Now, here's what I was going to say.
Okay.
I understand why people would want to find this out if they were adopted. I could totally get that. That makes 100% sense to me, because you don't really know.
Right.
You don't know where you came from. You want to know what, but I don't wonder about that because I had my grandparents. I had my grandmother. So I learned a lot about the past
the
and
lineage,
and coming from Poland and and all that stuff and
right.
and what's it at the Statue of Liberty, the island.
Oh,
Ellis Island. I learned about
Yeah,
them, my great-grandmother coming through Ellis Island and all that stuff. So I learned all that.
Right.
So that was my childhood, I
Right.
mean,
And here I learned too. I mean, we had half our family wiped out in the Holocaust on my dad's side. So my grandpa made it out, but he was it pretty much.
But I'm saying that's what you learned about your adopted
parents,
right? That's what I'm saying. I get it.
And it's not really a difference because they raised me. I mean, I didn't
know,
have like,
you want to know what's
the
in
real
you.
ones like that. That's not how I thought.
No. But you want to know what's in you. You want to,
right? I wanted to know why I was funny,
yeah.
And I was my dad was funny, but my dad was one of the kindest human beings on planet Earth. He just was such a godly, kind, learned man. He was just so good. And not that I'm not good, but I in terms of fruits of the spirit, I think God, who does not make mistakes. So don't be calling in saying God does make mistakes, but I think he forgot the patience in the fruit of the spirit. Like I was in line and then I don't know, darted out to go to the bathroom and then came back and skipped it. So, but I just knew like I didn't possess all that they did. So it was very curious to me,
Got it. All right. Well, none of that is why you called.
Right. Okay. All right.
So
probably too much info about me.
No,
so I promise next week you'll know nothing about me.
You're good. You're good. All right. So the title of the video, if you're watching on YouTube, you're probably like, wait, what does this have to do with Kevin Hart? Did Kevin Hart was he one of her brothers? Like what happened? No. Kevin Hart's tour rider says no traffic. Now, for those that don't know, a tour rider
like the green room list.
Yes. So a tour rider is like, hey, we only want green M&Ms in there. We got to have a certain number of and they ask for certain things because so they're traveling from town to town, and a lot of times
on a bus,
they'll be on a bus, so they get off and they want certain things. Like they want okay, he wants a certain kind of dinner. Like I think when the handful of times that I went and saw Ted Nugent and we were backstage, he always had some kind of soup. So I don't know if he asked for specific soup, but it always seemed like he was eating soup after the show.
Okay.
So, so there's certain things that you ask for. I remember. So we did a show through one of the radio stations with Stephen Piercy, who was the lead singer of Rat.
Okay.
Now I always made fun of him
cheese
because
cheese on his list.
Yes, I always made fun of him because he used to refer to himself as the former original lead singer of Rat. And he was booked on my show 3 different times and didn't bother to call in because I really wanted to tell him.
He was booked but never showed. He was a no-show.
Right. I really wanted to tell him it is impossible for you to be the former original lead singer of Rat. You could be the original singer of Rat. You could be the former lead singer of Rat. You can't be the former original lead singer of Rat. You will always be the original lead singer of Rat. If you're the first, it's like saying something is really unique. It can't be really unique. It's just unique.
Right.
Unique is unique.
Well, that's like, I agree with you 110%.
Right.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. No. So
600%.
Right.
No.
Right.
You don't.
But I always, when we did a show with him, the bar that was there, they had to go. He literally wanted, and I was like, I felt like you were going grocery shopping for him. Wanted a case of water. I think they may have had Kool-Aid. Don't hold me to it. But the one thing that stuck for me was a loaf of bread, a thing of grape jelly, and a thing of peanut butter.
And what are these lists called?
A rider. A tour rider, R-I-D-E-R. Yeah.
Okay, because I want to see this because
there's
you're
some weird
being very kind. Because I remember some people are bananas. Like,
oh no, there's some that are really big that are Cucamonga. I once worked with a comedian who, I won't say he was a big name. He was fairly big. Do you remember the movie Uncle Buck with John Cadney? Okay,
those are not pillows.
No, that's Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay, Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck
Yes.
was John Candy was like the uncle, and he had to watch the kids for like a weekend or something.
Yeah.
They brought that to television, and a comedian named Kevin Meaney is the one who played Uncle Buck in the TV show. So anyway, I worked with him, and he was one of the few people that actually, when I worked with him as a comedian, actually had a real green room.
Mhm.
And I didn't know it was just where they put all the comedians. So I remember I was eating one of his Snicker bars, and someone from the bar came in and was like, "What? Did you get that from the bowl there?" I'm like, "Yeah, the bowl sitting here in the room where you put me. Yeah, those are for Kevin Meaney. That just don't eat all of them." I'm like, "Okay,
what?
I'm on the show too. I'm part of the show. This is mine too."
Right.
So,
what are you gonna? Next step is put it in in a glass case,
and he didn't care at all.
Yeah.
Actually, oddly enough, I remember teasing him about it that apparently I had to pay for the Snicker bar because he kept borrowing cigarettes from me all night, and I'm like, is this because I ate one of your Snicker bars that you can't go buy?
Geez,
you can't
dude.
go buy smokes,
Right.
famous guy. Yeah. So anyway, speaking of famous comedians that have a rider, Kevin Hart's tour rider states that traffic cannot be allowed. I don't know how a venue pulls this off, but I want to know. So there's one thing that sticks out on Kevin Hart's rider. Kevin demands that there not be any traffic on his way to or from the venue. The rider states that, quote, under no circumstances are vehicles to be allowed to encounter any delays due to traffic.
So our tour rider list submitted to God? Is that how this works?
Right.
Like, I mean, and if that's the case, forget the traffic. I'll sit in traffic. How about no cancer for the rest of my life? How about
right,
a sack of money?
Never
how
sneeze
about
once.
yeah?
Ever.
How about
what? I mean,
that makes no sense.
So, okay, so it says here, obviously the venue can't control this.
So what's it on the rider for? Like
it says in the rider, police escorts must be arranged in order to facilitate artist vehicles' arrival to and departure from the venue. Escort must be empowered to route vehicles through any potential traffic delays.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
This is the epitome of
ego?
I'm so important.
Oh.
You're on a tour bus, or maybe you're in a limo. So you're just sitting there relaxing anyway. What do you
with
care?
A full bar and yeah.
Right.
I mean,
what do you care?
Yeah.
So it says while they come in handy for traffic issues, the rider states that police are not welcome in the backstage dressing room, hallway, front of house, mixed position, or in front of the stage. So I want the police to make sure I don't run into any traffic, but don't have them come near me or anything. Wow, does this change the way I think about Kevin Hart?
Doesn't it? Yeah, because I'm actually, I know you're going to read more, but I just pulled up the 20 most wacko music riders, and it's crazy what's on here. Like,
all right, well, let's dive into it then in a little bit.
Yeah,
let's take a break and then we'll dive into some of the crazy riders of the celebrities and all the things that they want backstage and more. Coming up in just a little bit here in Deweyville. Also, we're going to get to today's Dumb Criminal.